You know how sometimes you get a piece of fruit and it's just the exact ripeness that you like, and you walk into the other room for a few minutes and you come back and it's overripe? Well, that's what happened to me with a little bunch of bananas. I admit I am a little fussy about the ripeness of my bananas. I don't like them too ripe. I don't like them too green. These are about right. They're still really firm and they are beginning to speckle. This is about how I like my bananas. Not when they're soft and mushy, not when the skin is really dark. Well, I wasn't going to waste those bananas. So, I was going to make something really, really delicious for the family to eat and something extremely nutritious for my plants. Hey, I'm Elise. I'm glad you stopped by. So, let's go outside and we're going to make some banana peel tea for the plants. Then we'll come back in and I'll talk you through how I make these super easy, delicious banana cupcakes. See you in a moment. So now it's time to use the banana peels. Now this is the 3 banana peels from the bananas I used in the banana cupcakes that I'll share the recipe with you at the end. And a fresh banana peel from my banana that I had with breakfast this morning. So we're going to make banana peel tea fertilizer for the plants. I use this on the outside. I do not use it on house plants, but there are thousands of people who do. And it works. Now there was an article floating around for a little while saying, well, it doesn't work, don't waste your time. I did not read the article, to be fair. I just kind of looked at the heading. Well, actually, somebody sent it to me, and my reply was, well, have you personally tried it? Well, no. Okay. I've used it for decades and decades. My mother used it. My grandmother used it. Probably my great-grandmother used it. Back in the days when people lived off the land, they didn't waste anything. So you fed yourself, you fed your family, you fed your animals, and then you fed the soil. Not necessarily in that order, but nothing was wasted. When I was a little girl, my grandmother had a bucket that she kept by her sink, and as she was preparing food, all the peels, leftover bits and pieces, anything went in that bucket. Then it was taken out and buried. Earth composting. We think we're doing so great. Oh, earth composting, what a new concept, what a new word. Well, it's not. My mother had a bucket for a long time when we were young, and it was my brother's responsibility every evening to go out and bury the contents of the bucket. My mom had great plants. So, it does work. Now, it's not going to work as fast as if you put a handful of synthetic chemicals around your plant. That gives your plant a great big boost right then. And then as soon as that nutrient is out of the chemical, it's gone. That's it. There's nothing else. And in fact, that chemical, that synthetic, can harm your soil, can deplete your soil. If you were a little fat earthworm crawling around in the ground and you rubbed up against one of these little granules of this caustic fertilizer, you wouldn't be happy. You wouldn't stay around. We want earthworms, we want beneficial microbes and beneficial bacteria in our soil. We want to feed our soil, and that in return will feed our plant. So, no, it's not going to give you this, overnight boost. It's nice and slow, fantastic way to build your soil. You can use banana peels, you can use practically every food item in your kitchen. And I recently read a report where the USDA has estimated that 30 to 40% of all edible, good food is wasted, thrown in the trash cans, thrown in the landfills. So I want to do my part, just as one person, to not do that. So I've kind of kicked up my game a little bit more about what all I do recycle and what I do use. Banana peels I've used for decades. It does work, folks. It just works a little slower. If you tried it one time and it didn't work for you, look at what your expectations were maybe. Or maybe you diluted it too much. Or maybe it was the plant that you put it around. So try it again. All right, a couple of things to address here. I got a nasty remark from a person one time saying you can never use banana peels anywhere because they attract bugs. Oh my gosh, a bug in the garden. All right, truthfully, any food item that you leave laying out around can attract gnats or flies or bugs. Now, I've had these laying out here for a few minutes. There's no flies, there's no gnats, there's no bugs. I'm not saying they won't come, but they aren't going to hurt anything. Once you make your tea and it's in that water, nothing's going to bother it. When it's ready for you to put out around your plant, again, nothing's going to bother it. You can water it in if you don't like the odor, and it does have a mild odor unless you let it sit for a very, very long time, and then yes, it can stink. But it's not going to attract a multitude, a host, an army of insects. Okay, second, it's going to attract animals. Well, we have squirrels, possums, raccoons, armadillos, rats, rabbits. I've never had a problem. Never. So it does work, folks. All right, how to make it? Because I see this a lot online. People saying, well, how do I make it? All right, don't stress. There is no golden ratio, no golden rule. Use what you have when you have it. If you have one banana peel, use one banana peel. Put it in a mason jar. Put it in a recycled mayonnaise jar. Let it sit for a few days. Put it on your plant. Now, I will say this. I know that people who use it on inside plants do a little tweaking to it. Maybe like they dilute it a little bit more than I use it on my outside plants. So what I'm sharing with you is for outside plants. I make it outside, I keep the fertilizer outside, and I use it outside. This will make a bioavailable fertilizer for your plant. Bioavailable just means that that plant, that soil can take up the nutrients from your product really, really easy. You're using a plant to feed a plant. Okay, let's get started. So I have 4 medium-sized banana peels here. I just cut them up. I took a pair of scissors and I chopped them up a little bit. You don't have to. But usually what happens is if you expose more surface area, it's going to break down and release the nutrients out into the water a little faster. Again, if you have one banana peel, use one banana peel. Put it in a smaller container. If you have a dozen banana peels, use them. Put them in a larger container. This is a gallon-sized container. Just got it at the Dollar Tree. Just going to plop these in. That's it. No golden ratio, folks. No, okay, if you have one banana, you have to have X amount of ounces of water. It doesn't work that way. After you make this a few times, you get a natural feel for it, and you can tell what's going to happen. So, now I want to put a lid on this. I'm going to sit it over in the shade. I'll leave it 2, 3, 4 days. I have left it before for 2 weeks. Forgot about it and left it for 2 weeks. I still used it. What I did was diluted it a little bit more. All right, so when your tea is ready, You can tell all this water is going to turn colors. It's going to get viscous looking as it starts leaching out the nutrients. Keep a lid on it. If you don't have a container with a lid, put a dish towel, some saran wrap, something like that over the top. That's all there is to it. So let it sit 3-4 days, a week. Then we're going to come back. We're going to strain out the pieces of banana, and at that time, if you have an idea of what you're going to use it on, then you have an idea if you want to dilute it or not. If I am putting this on a large plant that's in the ground, I might not dilute it at all. I may pour the whole thing on the ground, including the little pieces of banana peel. If I have more plants that I want to use it on, or if they're babies, maybe seedlings, I'll dilute it down some. If I strain out the banana peels, I don't throw them away. I'll throw them up underneath a tree. I'll earth compost them. It's that easy. Honestly, that easy. And again, you can use this for basically any peel that you have. All right, banana peels, if you want to do some research on it, the peel itself is just full of nutrients. We know the flesh is, and it is recommended. Oh, it's very healthy to eat a banana a day. High in potassium, some magnesium, other vitamins and nutrients. The peel is also very nutritious. And in fact, there is lots of folks who eat the peel. They make banana peel tea for human consumption. If you don't want to make banana peel tea for your plants, there's other ways to use the banana peels. So what you can do then is take the banana peels, let them dry. I put them on a rack, I let them dry. They get completely brown, completely desiccated. Then you can gather them up, crush them up, and you have banana peel powder. Really neat. Okay, you don't want to do that. The easiest way to utilize your banana peels is just to throw them up underneath a plant. If you grow staghorn ferns, most folks know to throw your banana peels up on your staghorn fern. They'll break down. They'll dry up in no time at all. Again, you might get a little gnat or two. You might get a little fly or two. A lizard might come along and nibble on it, but I doubt it because they're carnivores. A butterfly might come along and nibble on it a little bit. But it works. You never have to throw a banana peel away. It is estimated there are millions and millions of banana peels that are thrown in landfills daily. Daily. All right. The folks in the know, some research groups, are beginning to do research projects on using banana peels as a way to help with world hunger. And they've done various tests comparing banana peels to the banana flesh and banana peels in a tincture form, in a solution. And it's really amazing. You might want to look that up. Just put in research benefits of banana peels in your Google or whatever you use for your browser. That's all you have to do. So lots of vitamins and minerals in those banana peels. If you have animals, you can feed your banana peels to animals. You can put it in your compost pile. You can earth compost, you can trench compost, you can throw it up around your plants. So there's all this stuff that you can do with a banana peel besides throwing it in your trash can. It's a project to get the kids started on. 1 banana peel, do it. 20 banana peels, do it. 100 banana peels, do it. Okay, This is going in the shade. It's going to sit for a little while. When I come back, I'm pretty sure what I'm going to use this on, and I don't know if I'll dilute it or not. It's going to depend upon how long I let it sit. Again, this is just practice, and you get used to it. That's it, folks. I hope you can make some banana peel tea. Don't worry about bugs. Don't worry about critters. It does help. Let's look at it this way. If it can feed us, it can feed your plant. If it feeds us, it can feed your soil. And that's what we want, is to feed our soil. Well, I think it's getting time for a banana cupcake. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make banana peel tea. It works very well. And look at my banana cupcakes. And this is so easy. These are the most delicious cupcakes you'll ever have. Now, you can also call them muffins. You can also use the batter in a loaf pan and make a banana cake out of it. Now, I love banana bread, don't get me wrong. I really do love banana bread, but I love banana cake and banana cupcakes better. They are softer, they're lighter, they're fluffier. Let me show you. Look at that. They're moist, tender, fluffy. You couldn't do that for a piece of banana bread. I'll eat that in a few minutes. All right, let me walk you through. Very, very easy. Only takes a few moments. If you need a dessert in a hurry, this is really nice. And I'm going to just be doing a little bit while I'm talking. And this is an optional step you don't have to do. I'm going to take a little whipped topping and frost a few of them, and I'm going to drizzle some caramel over it. Okay. Banana cupcakes. All you have to do is take any box cake mix that you like. Doesn't matter, whatever you like. Now, I've made this with a white mix, a yellow mix, and a vanilla mix, and they all work out just as well. Follow the directions on the box. My box called for 3 eggs. I put 2 eggs in it. It called for oil. I use extra light olive oil. Yes, you can use extra light olive oil in your baking. It's great. It called for a cup of water. I put in about a half a cup of water to begin with, since I was going to add some other ingredients. Mix it all in a bowl, just like you normally would. I add a half a cup of brown sugar. I add a good tablespoon of cinnamon. Now, the brown sugar and the cinnamon can be measured at what you like. I stir it all up a little bit to mix the dry ingredients. Then I took my 3 medium-sized, overripe bananas, but not rotten, not black, not that far. And I sliced them really, really thin and stirred them up in the batter. But then I got the beater out, the electric beater, and I went ahead and whipped them up. I can't talk and drizzle caramel at the same time, obviously. Anyway, I beat them up really smooth, and what that does, it will break down all those little banana pieces, but you'll still get a few little nuggets here and there. And so when you bite into it, you get these little bitty bursts of real nice banana flavor. One good thing about the banana cake, the banana cupcake, or call them muffins if you want to, they're lighter, They don't have as much of a banana taste to them. It's really subtle. It's like it just hits the back of your palate. That's really nice, sweet bananas. You get the cinnamon flavor. You get a little of the sweetness from the brown sugar. It is fantastic. Fantastic. They make up in a real hurry. What is it, 14 minutes in the oven for cupcakes? And I will tell you this, most of the time I have to cook mine a minute or two more than what the box recommends. It could be my oven, or it could be the added ingredients, the brown sugar, the cinnamon, things like that. Now back to the water just a moment. The box called for a cup of water. After I had all the ingredients in, I poured about a half, maybe 3/4 of a cup of water in before I beat it. After I beat it, I just tested how thick the batter was. And it was perfect. So I didn't add a full cup of water. That's up to you. So, isn't this neat? You can also use chocolate drizzles. You can also shave hard chocolate on top. You can just leave them plain. I like to leave half of mine plain because I like to eat them like a muffin. So in the morning when I'm having breakfast with my eggs, and I can have its muffin with it. A banana muffin. A banana cupcake. I also make it in a layer pan and make a cake out of it. But I really do prefer the banana muffin, the banana cupcake the most. So there's things you can do. You can always put a little cherry on top. Fantastic for parties, informal get-togethers, even formal get-togethers. And if you need a dessert in a hurry, this is it. Few minutes to throw your ingredients together. 14 or so minutes in the oven. Cool them. That's it. So what I do, the batter usually works out to almost 24 cupcakes. I freeze them. I just put them single layer in a great big Ziploc bag. And I freeze them. Then when I want one, I can come and get it. And they reheat fantastically in the microwave. 10 to 20 seconds depending upon your microwave, even frozen. And then you get this really soft, moist, warm banana cupcake. It's really nice, folks. Now, if you don't want to use a box cake mix, you can make your own batter. Just make your batter like you normally make it. Add some brown sugar, add some cinnamon. I really do think that helps. That kicks it up a notch. Decorate it like you want to decorate it. If you want to use the canned whipped cream and make fancy decorations on top, the caramel works well. And this is just a jar of caramel topping. I put it in the microwave, put some of it in the microwave. Actually, I put the whole jar this time because I have other uses I'm going to use this for. 30 seconds. I stirred it to see what it was like. 30 more seconds, absolutely perfect. Now, it might have dripped better off of a spoon. Well, now it's thickening up now. It doesn't take long for it to thicken up. I was really tempted to take a block of dark chocolate that I have and shave some of the dark chocolate over the top. Yum. Okay. That's what you do when you have bananas that go too ripe on you. You don't have to throw them away. Cook with them. Use the peels out in your landscape for your garden. Until we speak again, I'm going to go and have a cupcake. Have a fantastic day.